让你管。加油啊！放开我！
Strong. Check on. Always concentrate. Harder! Harder! Cobra. Lifetime. Requires great focus. Kung Fu lives in everything we do, Xiaozhui.
12-year-old Dre Parker lives in Detroit with his mom, Sherry. His dad passed away a while back, so it's just the two of them. Sherry works at a car factory, and when she gets reassigned to the company's office in Beijing, that's it. They're moving to China. Dre wants nothing to do with it. He doesn't speak the language, doesn't know anyone there, and has zero interest in leaving everything behind. On the flight over, the kid tries picking up some Mandarin from a phrase book, but it's clear he's not getting very far. They land in Beijing, and right away, things feel off. Their new apartment is small. Dre flips on the TV and realizes even SpongeBob is dubbed in Chinese. He can't understand a single word. A local guy named Harry helps them haul their bags upstairs and mentions there's a park nearby where kids hang out. He tells Dre to swing by whenever he wants. Harry takes off and Sherry goes to take a shower. Problem is, the hot water doesn't work. She tells Dre to go find the building's maintenance guy. The kid asks around downstairs, but nobody speaks English. Eventually, he tracks down a man named Mr. Han. Dre tries explaining the situation, but the old guy is sitting there eating, trying to snag a fly midair using chopsticks. He keeps missing, then just smacks it with a fly swatter. The whole time, he barely looks at Dre. The kid gives up and leaves him alone. With nothing else to do, Dre heads to the park Harry told him about. He runs into Harry and a few other kids playing basketball. Dre joins in, but he's pretty bad. He keeps making excuses, and eventually the other kids won't let him play anymore. Trying to save face, the kid challenges an old man sitting at a ping-pong table. The old guy absolutely destroys him without breaking a sweat. That's when Dre spots a girl across the park playing violin. Her name is Maying, and he's immediately into her. Harry notices and tells him to go say something. The kid walks over and tries a few words in Chinese, but she actually speaks English. They start talking and it's easy. She's cool, she's curious about him. At one point, she reaches out and touches his hair, curious about how it feels. Things are going great. Then, a kid named Cheng shows up. He's a friend of Maying's family, and he does not like what he's seeing. Cheng gets in Dre's face and shoves him hard. The American kid goes flying. Dre tries to get back up and swing, but Cheng grabs him and slams him right back down. Harry steps in, explaining that Dre just got here and doesn't know how things work yet. He asks Cheng to let it go, but the kid doesn't care. Every time Dre stands up, Cheng knocks him down again. It's brutal. Maying tries to stop it, telling Cheng to back off, but the damage is done. The American kid is messed up, bruised, humiliated, the whole deal. When May tries to help him, Dre pushes her away. He doesn't want her seeing him like this. Dre sneaks back into the apartment, making sure his mom doesn't see the damage. The next morning, he grabs her makeup kit and covers the bruises on his face. He puts on a cap and heads to school, but the principal makes him take the cap off. Sherry sees the marks and asks what happened. The kid lies, says he fell out of bed. At school, Dre finds out that Cheng and his crew are in the same building. Great. During lunch, he bumps into Maying. Again, he asks if Cheng is her boyfriend. She says no, their parents are friends, which is why the guy acts like he owns her. After she walks away, Cheng rolls up and knocks Dre's food tray right off the table. The two start arguing, but a teacher steps in and separates them before it goes further. Dre gets home angry. He turns on the TV and starts copying kung fu moves from whatever's on screen, throwing punches and kicks around. The living room. A little while later, Mr. Han finally shows up to fix the hot water. He tries to show Dre how the heater works, but the kid ignores him. Too busy with his fake kung fu routine, the maintenance man flicks a toothpaste cap across the room and nails Dre right in the head. That gets his attention. Mr. Han shows him the water heater and leaves. When Sherry gets home, she finds Dre's jacket thrown on the floor and loses it. She scolds him for being disrespectful and makes him hang it up properly. Mr. Han is still nearby and quietly watches the whole thing. Back at school the next day, Dre slips into a music room where Maying is rehearsing violin with her teacher. She's good, really good, but her instructor barely acknowledges it. Dre asks what she's preparing for. She explains there's an audition coming up for the Beijing Music Academy, and getting in means everything to her and her family. When the teacher comes back, Dre ducks out. The second he's in the hallway, Cheng and his boys corner him. They toss his bag on the ground, rough him up, and warn him to stay away from Maying. After school, Dre and Sherry go out exploring. They walk past the Forbidden City, and Dre spots a massive group of teenagers training kung fu in an open courtyard. It looks intense. Curious, he brings his mom inside to check it out. But the second he walks through the door, he sees Chung and the rest of the crew drilling techniques like professionals. These kids aren't messing around. Dre turns right back around and walks out without a word. Sherry catches up and asks what's wrong. The kid finally breaks down. He tells her he hates it here. They haven't even been in China a week, and it already feels like years. Everything is terrible. The school, the kids, the whole country. He wants to go home. Sherry looks at him and tells him the truth as gently as she can. There's nothing waiting for them back in Detroit. This is their life now, and they have to make the best of it. Mr. Han catches all of this from across the street. For the first time, something in him shifts. He actually feels for the kid. The next day, Dre decides to get some payback. He follows Chung and his friends through the streets, climbs up above them on an overpass, and dumps a bucket of dirty water on their heads. For about 3 seconds, it feels great. Then, the bully looks up, sees who did it, and the chase is on. Dre bolts through alleys and side streets, running as fast as he can, but he hits a dead end. The boys catch up, drag him down, and Chung starts laying into him, punches to the gut over and over. One of his friends says the kid's had enough. That he's already hurt. The bully doesn't care. He says their master taught them to never show mercy. That mercy is weakness. He keeps going. Out of nowhere, Mr. Han appears. He grabs Chung's arm mid-swing and tosses him to the side. Chung tries to kick him, but the old man blocks it like it's nothing. The rest of the boys rush at him all at once. But Mr. Han doesn't throw a single punch. He just moves, sidestepping, redirecting, staying calm. The kids end up crashing into each other. No matter what they try, they can't lay a finger on the guy. Eventually, they give up and take off. Mr. Han brings Dre back to his place and treats his injuries with fire cupping, a traditional method where heated cups are placed on the skin. The pain fades almost immediately. The kid is amazed. He starts asking questions. How did Mr. Han take on all of them without even hitting anyone? Where did he learn kung fu? Has he ever trained a student? The old man says he learned everything from his father and has never taught anyone. Dre hesitates, then asks if Mr. Han will teach him so he can fight Chun and get his respect back. The old man shakes his head. He says kung fu is about defending yourself and finding peace, not about getting revenge. Dre asks if anyone explained that to Chung and his crew. Mr. Han says it's not the boys' fault. They're just doing what their teacher told them to do. Instead of fighting, he suggests they go talk to that teacher and work things out. They head to the Fighting Dragon Kung Fu Academy. Inside, 2 students are sparring. One kid knocks the other down, but stops instead of finishing the fight. The instructor, Master Lee, goes off on him, slaps the student, and shoves him away. He tells the whole class that when your opponent is down, you don't stop. Whether it's practice or competition, you show no mercy. Your enemy has to feel so much pain that they never want to fight you again. Chung points at Mr. Han and tells the instructor, this is the guy who attacked them. The maintenance man calmly says that all of them jumped Dre at once. That's the only reason he stepped in. If they had come at the kid one at a time, he would have stayed out of it. Master Lee doesn't want to hear it. He tells Dre to fight Chung right there, right now. Mr. Han refuses and starts walking out with the kid. Master Lee stops them, says they walked into his club, disrespected his students, and now they think they can just leave. One of them has to fight. Mr. Han spots a poster for an upcoming kung fu tournament. He tells Master Lee that Dre will compete, but in the tournament, fair and square. Until then, his students leave the kid alone. Master Lee agrees and orders his boys not to touch Dre before the competition. Then he looks at Mr. Han and says that if the kid doesn't show up, both of them will regret it. Outside, Dre panics. Before Chung was beating him up in a back alleys where nobody could see. Now, thanks to Mr. Han, the kid is going to get destroyed in front of a stadium full of people. He asks how he's supposed to fight a trained kung fu student. Mr. Han tells him that what Master Lee teaches is not real kung fu. It's just cruelty. He promises Dre that he'll train him in the real thing. The kid is fired up. Next morning, he shows up at Mr. Han's house bright and early, ready to go. Inside, he notices a busted-up car sitting in the middle of the workshop. He ignores it and starts doing goofy kung fu poses to impress the old man. In the process, he accidentally knocks over one of Mr. Han's voices, not the best. Start, Mr. Han sets up a wooden post and tells Dre to hang his jacket on it. The kid does it, then the old man tells him to take it down and put it on, then take it off and hang it back up. Same thing over and over. Dre has no clue what this has to do with Kung Fu, but he keeps doing it. That's day 1. When he gets home that evening, Dre walks in and hangs his jacket neatly in its place. Sherry is stunned. The kid never does that. Day 2 is the same thing. Jacket on, jacket off, hang it up. Day 3, no different. Rain or shine, it doesn't matter. Mr. Han stands there with an umbrella, and Dre keeps going through the motions. At one point, Dre tries hiding the jacket before training, hoping they'll move on to something else. Mr. Han already knows. He makes the kid go get it and start over. After days of this, Dre thinks he's finally figured it out. He tells Mr. Han he gets the lesson. It's about respecting his mom. He was wrong for talking back to her and hanging up the jacket as a way to fix that. Mr. Han doesn't confirm or deny it. Just then, Sherry shows up. She says they're heading to the Kai festival and she's brought an extra ticket for Mr. Han. He tries to say no, but she talks him into coming along. Mr. Han lets it slip to Sherry that Dre, or Xiao Dre as he calls the kid, is his very first Kung Fu student. At the festival, Dre makes an excuse and sneaks off to the Shadow Puppet Theater. Maying is there waiting for him. He gives her a CD of songs he put together. The puppet show starts. It's the story of a goddess and her lover. The goddess's mother disapproves of the man and creates a river across the sky to keep them apart forever. But once a year, every bird in the sky flies together to form a bridge so the two lovers can spend one night with each other. Dre makes her a deal. If she shows up to watch him fight in the tournament, he'll be at her music academy audition. The girl smiles and says yes. The two of them are feeling it, and in the moment they share a quick kiss. They're sitting right in front of the projector, so only their silhouettes show up on the screen. The audience sees the shadows and reacts, but nobody knows who they actually are. Next day, back at Mr. Han's house, more jacket training. This time, Dre completely loses it. He tells Mr. Han he's done repeating the same stupid task 100 times. He doesn't see how putting on a jacket is going to help him beat Chong. He turns around and starts walking out. Mr. Han stops him and tells him to put the jacket on one more time. When Dre reaches for it, the old man yanks it away. He tells the kid to put it on again. Dre goes through the motion of putting on an invisible jacket and Mr. Han grabs his arm mid-move. He explains that every single repetition was building muscle memory. The movements Dre has been drilling, reaching, pulling, turning, they're all defensive Kung Fu techniques wired into his body. Now, to prove it, the old man starts throwing strikes at him, and something wild happens. Dre blocks everyone. His arms move on their own, dodging and deflecting without him even thinking about it. He pushes his teacher back. Mr. Han smiles and tells him that Kung Fu lives in everything. How you move, how you live, how you treat the people around you, it's everywhere. You just have to learn to see it. Mr. Han takes Dre on a train ride out of the city up to Wuong Mountain, the place where his father taught him Kung Fu. On the way up, Dre sees a woman standing on one leg, face to face with a live cobra. The snake is moving its head, and the woman is matching it perfectly. Dre thinks she's copying the snake. Mr. Han says he's got it backwards. The snake is actually following her lead. She's so still, so calm inside that the snake sees its own reflection in her stillness and follows her lead. The old man brings the kid to a spot called Dragon Well. He tells Dre that when he was young, his father brought him here and told him the water was magical Kung Fu water. Drink it and nobody can beat you. Dre drinks it, grinning the whole time. The kid asks how that woman was able to control the cobra. His teacher shows him his reflection in the still water and explains, she had total peace in her mind, like calm water with no ripples. The cobra saw itself in her and matched her movements. There's a huge difference between doing nothing and standing perfectly still with a clear head. Dre starts to get it. She wasn't doing anything to the snake. She was just completely in control of herself. The old man nods and says that move is called the cobra stance. It takes most people a lifetime to learn. Before you can control anyone else, you have to control your own mind first. They train with bamboo sticks on the mountain. When night falls, they ride the train home. Dre is so wiped out, he falls asleep, leaning on Mr. Han's shoulder. The old man carries him inside and puts him to bed. After that, the kid is obsessed with the cobra move. He draws pictures of the woman and the snake. During training, Mr. Han hangs a curtain between them and starts attacking Dre from behind it, forcing him to react to things he can't see coming. At first, Dre gets hit constantly and begs him to stop. Mr. Han doesn't let up. Over time, the kid's reflexes get sharper. His body gets stronger and more flexible. The old man pushes him through drills focused on concentration, speed, and endurance. After a string of brutal sessions, Mr. Han tells the kid there's no training tomorrow. He says, if you pull a rope too tight, it snaps. Dre needs a break. The kid is thrilled. On his day off, Dre meets up with Maying. He skips school and takes her out around the city. They walk, they laugh, they goof around. She even shows off some dance moves that catch him completely off guard. Then Maying gets a phone call. Her audition got rescheduled to today. Her father pulls up in a car and she has to leave immediately. Dre watches her go. He runs to the auditorium on his own. Maying performs, and while her teacher doesn't seem too impressed, Dre stands up and claps for her. Anyway, her father sees the whole thing and isn't happy about it. Afterward, he tells Maying she has to stop spending time with the American kid. The girl comes to Dre holding back tears. She tells him they can't see each other anymore. Being around him isn't good for her future or her family. Then she walks away with her parents. Dre is crushed. He heads to Mr. Han's place to take his mind off it. But what he finds there stops him cold. The old man is standing over that broken car in his workshop, smashing it with a hammer. The same car he'd been carefully repairing for weeks. Empty bottles are scattered around. Mr. Han has been drinking. Dre asks what's going on. The old man doesn't answer. He just climbs into the wrecked car and sits there. Dre finds a torn newspaper clipping nearby. It's about a car accident. A woman and a child were killed. He gets into the car next to Mr. Han and asks about it. The old man pulls out a photo of his wife and son. He tells Dre that on this day years ago, they both died in a crash. His wife loved to sing. She used to sing just for him. Through tears, Mr. Han starts singing her song. Dre asks how the accident happened. The old man says he was behind the wheel. They were arguing about something and he got so angry he lost control of the car. The worst part, he says, is that he can't even remember what the fight was about. Every year he rebuilds the car, and every year on this day he tears it apart again. Hoping that this time he'll finally remember, but he never does. He breaks down completely. Dre's eyes fill up too. But even now the kid gently helps his teacher out of the car. He asks him to keep training. Mr. Han wipes his face and gets back to work. A little later Cher comes by. Seeing Dre this hard, this seriously, it makes her proud. Over the next stretch of training, the kid's skills jump to another level. His strikes are cleaner, his footwork is tighter, and his confidence is solid. Mr. Han takes him to the tournament arena. He tells Dre not to worry about winning or losing. Just fight with honor. If he earns the respect of those kids, they'll leave him alone for good. Then, the old man pulls out a gift, a kung fu uniform styled after Bruce Lee. Dre can't believe it. Mr. Han gets serious for a moment. He tells Dre that he taught him something important, that life is going to knock you down over and over, but getting back up is always your call. Nobody can take that away from you. Dre hugs him and says the old man is his best friend. Together, they write a letter in Chinese, and Dre takes it to Maying's house. Standing in front of her father, the kid reads the letter aloud. He says that he caused her family trouble, and he's sorry, but Maying is a real friend. Being around her showed him that one good friend can change everything. He asks for one more chance and promises to be the kind of friend who makes her life better, not harder. May less than Unk greater than S father answers in Chinese. Maying translates smiling. She promised to watch Dre's tournament and their family doesn't break promises. She'll be there. The day of the tournament arrives. The arena is packed. Maying shows up with her parents. Chung and the Fighting Dragon crew are already warming up and they look dangerous. Dre sees Chung fight in the early rounds and gets nervous. The kid is fast, aggressive, and efficient. Dre's first match starts and fear gets the best of him. He steps outside the ring, losing a point without even getting hit. Mr. Han calms him down and tells him to forget everything except what they trained. Dre gets back on the mat and finds his rhythm. He drops his opponent with a clean takedown, then finishes the round with a solid kick to the head. First win. From there, the kid starts rolling. He wins match after match, moving through the bracket. On the other side, Chung is doing the same thing, beating his opponents hard, no mercy, just like Master Lee taught him. Both of them make it to the final rounds. In the semifinals, Dre faces Liang, one of the Fighting Dragon's best. Before the fight, Master Lee pulls Liang aside and gives him an order. Don't just beat the American kid, break his leg. Liang follows through. During the match, he targets Dre's leg over and over, landing brutal shots to the same spot. The kid goes down screaming. The referees catch the illegal attacks and disqualify Liang, which means Dre advances to the final, but the damage is already done. The doctor checks him out and says the leg injury is serious. There's no way he can keep fighting. Dre asks Sherry and Maying to leave the room. Alone with Mr. Han, he looks the old man in the eye and says he knows he can win this thing. He begs him to use fire cupping one more time. The old man says no. He tells Dre he's already proved everything he needed to prove. There's no reason to keep going. He can't sit there and watch the kids suffer. Dre fires back. Mr. Han is the one who taught him that getting knocked down is part of life, but standing back up is a choice. He wants to stand up. Why won't his teacher help him do it? The old man has no answer. With a heavy heart, he places the cups on Dre's leg. The pain eases up, but the injury runs deep. Walking is a struggle, every step is agony. Out on the mat, the referee is about to hand the trophy to Chung by default. Then Dre limps back into the arena and the crowd loses it. The final fight starts. Chung kicks Dre out of the ring in the first exchange. The kid can barely stay on his feet, but he gets back up and drags himself onto the mat. This time, he catches Chung off guard, scoring 2 quick points for a 2-1 lead. The crowd is on their feet. Master Lee calls Chung over and whispers in his ear, "Go after the injured leg." Chung hesitates. He's been fighting fair this whole time, but his master's word is law. He launches a hard kick right at Dre's bad leg. The kid screams and drops. Tied up. Last round. Everything comes down to 1 point. Dre can't put weight on both legs anymore, so he shifts into a one-legged stance. He remembers the woman on the mountain, the one who controlled the cobra with nothing but stillness. He goes completely calm, moving his head slowly side to side. Chung starts mirroring him without even realizing it. Then Chung charges. Dre dodges, kicks off into a backflip, and lands a clean overhead kick right to Chung's face. The kid crashes to the mat and can't get up. Dre wins. The arena goes nuts, and in a moment nobody expected, Chung grabs the championship trophy and carries it over to Dre himself, giving it to the American kid with real respect. His teammates from the academy line up and bow to Mr. Han, calling him Master. Mr. Han and Dre look at each other, both of them smiling, not because of the trophy, but because of everything it took to get there. Dre's journey proves that life will inevitably knock you down, but choosing to stand back up is always your call. But I want to hear from you guys. Would you have had the patience to survive Mr. Han's endless jacket on, jacket off training routine for days? Or would you have walked out? Drop a comment below and let me know how long you think you would have lasted. If you love stories about underdogs who refuse to stay down and fight back against all odds, you definitely don't want to miss our next recap. Click the video on your screen right now to dive into another epic story. It's Dimitri's recap and I'll see you over there.